All right. So what's going on, guys? Happy Friday. All right. So I have not taken a look at the markets today. I decided to sleep in a little bit late. I've been going to the gym every day this week at like 3 in the morning. Um, so yeah, pretty beat up from that. Pretty tired on that, but it's cool. I'm having fun and getting healthy and all that. And so, um, but uh, but it definitely is getting me kind of tired. So I've been having to sleep in just a little bit later, uh, and so I haven't taken a look at the markets today. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's check that stuff out. Let's share my screen. All right, take a look at the ES. Let's do some tech analysis. All right, looks like we came up. We hit around this level right here. You can see we tapped this. Let me zoom in a little bit. You can see we tapped right here. We tapped here, here again, and right now we broke up over it, but we're coming right back down to it at the moment. Now we've also tapped this upper area right around here, and then we had another price level, which actually was one that we had already drawn in from a previous day. You can see it came down, hit right there, right at that 42. What number is that? We're at 42.33. It's like 42.25. Yeah, so it's right in that area, and had a nice big red candle here that dropped it below the view out. But what a fake out though! Look at that. I'm glad I wasn't trading that because this honestly is a trade that I likely would have taken maybe an entry point like right here where this 1 minute candle made that new high. But man, look at that dump. Boom. So just taking a look at that and seeing that it's kind of been bouncing between this like 35-50 area and then hitting this resistance up here. I think that I think I gotta be kind of careful today in terms of actual trading, and just kind of getting a feel for it. But as you guys know, we scalp here, and we're usually scalping the ES. So in that process of scalping the ES, we're not taking a lot of risk, regardless of what's happening in the market, bullish or bearish. If it's just range trading and whatnot. So we're typically going pretty slow, and slow yields really strong results a lot of the time. Oh man. All right. Get my zip fizz going on here. What's up, Spac? Good to see you, my homie. Good to see you. How you doing this morning, man? And yes, hit the like on the way in, man. Dude, you're awesome, man. I appreciate you, Spac. All right, so that's our assessment of the market today. Like I said, we're gonna trade slowly. I got my zip fizz here, shaking it up. Getting a break again around the high, or I should say more of a test of those highs. Right up here where this resistance line is. You can see the VWAP's been kind of slowly coming up along with this resistance area. And it's rejected that area like 4 times now since the open. So I think that this area is an area that a lot of traders are going to be looking to go short off of. Pretty much each time it hits this, we get these big red candles. So let's take a little feeler trade. Let's do 2 contracts, and let's go short. We're looking for just 1 tick down, and it doesn't look like we're going to get that. Yeah, we're already popping up on that, so I'm just going to cut it. First trade of the day, down 75. All week, though, we've been very positive. Most of the week, we've been hitting around 750 to even hit 1125 yesterday on the high end at the peak of the day. I think we ended the day up 950 or something around there. And that short actually would have worked out. I'm still inclined to go short here. Made a little bit of that back. I don't think we set our risk reward properly on that, since we essentially lost 3 ticks and gained back 1. So I'm gonna just based off the movement, I'm gonna go 2. Look for a drop below. There we go. Back to flat on the day. Okay, so we were only down a second. It took us 2 trades to get back. You can see this candle's kind of filling up a little bit. I wonder if it'll bounce to the 50. Our TTM gives us other information. Our TTM says that we likely will not bounce to the 50. And our other indicators, if we kind of break these out here, also indicate that we're going to be going more down. And that's what's happening. I'm going to take a 2 tick short. Might have to hold through a little bit of a bounce. That's okay. I don't think it'll be too bad. I definitely got a better entry on that. I noticed that like my entries on shorts are not usually as often as they are not as good as they normally are on long. I'm still waking up apparently. All right, now we're up 100 on the day. So you can see how this could easily turn into being up 1100 on the day, and why we've been able to do that so many times this week. Hey, what's up, Papa Chat? Great to see you again. I love and appreciate you. Got to get some hydration, man, and energy. Have y'all ever had Zip Fizz? Zip Fizz is pretty dope. I hate that it has sucralose in it, but the rest of it's awesome. All right, let's jump back in. Okay, so I think we're 5 trades in or so, and up $100. We had what, 1 loser and 2 winners. No, I forgot now. Taking another short here. Looking for a 2 pop. I don't think I'm actually going to get extend. Might actually get fills. So I'm a bit sketched on this one. Yeah. Back to flat on the day. Lost 100 on that one. All right. Got a little bit more of a feel for this. I'm switching up to 5 contracts, which is something that you can do in the in some of the higher packages on Elite Trader Funding, which I was considering doing. You can see like the 50K evaluation, which I actually think is one of the biggest values in the market right now. The 50K evaluation allows you a max position size of 8 minis, which is like, dude, that's so many contracts. I don't think I would ever trade that much, but five I'm kind of comfortable with. But right now you guys get 50% off if you use promo code JSBest. And that 50% off is for the lifetime of your billing, so which is pretty badass. Jumping back in, and I'm gonna do this 5 contract position because I may actually try a 50K eval. We're dropping below we're like right at the view app, and we're kind of like bouncing off of this 200 and this view app. They're right next to each other. Honestly, this is looking more bearish to me. And pretty much every short that we've taken, we should have just held. But, you know, we're trying to manage risk against any sort of like potential short fills, which, like, honestly, like right now, it looks like it might do, you know, but at the same time, every single one of them so far has been playing out exactly as they originally planned it, and we've just been getting out early. How much time we got left on this candle? We got 5 seconds on this candle. Looking for that push down, holding through this pullback at the moment. I'm not going to hold it too long, though. Yep, I'm out. Big L on that one. Loss of $312.50. If this thing falls over, man, it's not going to be healthy for my ego. It's pushing up a little bit. All right, made 125 back. down 187.50 on the day. I certainly could be trading better, I think, today, but there's definitely some chop. And when there's chop, we got to make sure that we're going slow and that we're only trading the momentum of the candle. And if you notice, a lot of these candles have been kind of like almost dojis in the middle of the candle, and then kind of like flipping over midway through. So it's been really difficult to determine direction. Like right now, we're at a doji at the moment. And I'm not going to take a position until I know which direction it's going to go. I feel like it's going to go up, but, you know, I very much could be wrong. And that's exactly why I waited, because at that moment, you know, my intuition of a tiny pop was wrong. The short right here, got it. Okay, down 62.50 on the day. So our peak of the day so far is $100. And our peak low was 312.50. Getting that short fill up. How much time we got left? This candle's over. Joining the bid. See if I can get in here. Can't. Went too fast for me. Got it up 62.50 on the day. Getting a flip over on the TTM. You can see with the first yellow TTM candle there. So with that, when the TTM first switches over to that yellow, there's usually an opportunity there to take bullish scalps. It's quick, and you got to be fast at it, and you might get 2 to 3 candles of that. But this is what I'm talking about right here. You might get 2 or 3 candles that are giving you there, but that doesn't mean necessarily bullish action. It just means that if you're fast, you can scalp it. You got to be quick though, and you have to be really fast at cutting losses on that. And that's exactly why you can see starting to pull back some. New candle here. Got a doji on the up, so I'm going to take that. Got it up 187.50 on the day. How you guys been doing today? Are you red, green, trading stocks, futures? What's going on with y'all? We just been taking 2 ticks at 5 contracts. It's a bigger risk, but bigger reward. Up 312.50 on the day. So it went from being down 312.50 to now up 312.50 on the day. Look for a pullback. Don't know if I'm going to get it. 2 seconds on this candle. That's the pullback I want. Got it. Up 437.50. That was fast. That was so quick. I saw the candle pull back to this area, and I was looking for it to just break right through that resistance, or at this resistance, and then take a quick 2 tick, which is exactly what we did. We got it right on the opening of the next candle, just to see this wick down right afterwards. And this is exactly what I was thinking would happen. Is essentially we would get these like 2 to 3 was what I was expecting. 2 to 3 yellow candles on the TTM before getting rejection. Because the movement itself honestly looks a bit more bearish to me, even though we're filling up at these VWAP. I guess if I were to pull back, I can't even say there's higher highs and lower lows or higher lows and I forgot how that saying goes. Anyway, I can't even say that there's necessarily ascending support, even though it has been being supported by the VWAP pretty much since the open. So it's come down and hit the VWAP several times, and the VWAP's been slightly moving up. But if you look, the rest of our indicators are slightly moving down. So all these indicators here, each one of them is all indicating bearish action. So each individual strategy that we've talked about in the past, so the 912 runner, you can see how separated the 9 and 12 is. You can see that the 9 is below the 12. That's indicating that downward movement, momentumous movement, actually. You can see that the blue is below the 26. So the 35 is below the 26. That's also indicating downward movement. You can also see here that the 12 crossed over the 26 to the downside. Again, also indicating downward movement. Lastly, we've got the TTM down here in red, also indicating downward movement. So we've got so many different indicators that are indicating downward pressure. And the only really thing that's propping this up anymore is the VWAP in terms of indicators, anyway. So there's not a whole lot. The other thing that's still kind of on the bullish side is that the 50 EMA is above the 200. So those essentially are only two things right there that are propping this up. And even right now, the VWAP is not doing as well as it could, because you can see we've broken below the VWAP several times, and it's popped back up, but it's popped back, it keeps popping back down too. Blah, 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 blah. Oblique. That's all, folks. All right, got a 2 tick to the short. So up 56250. I think we can hit 2K today. That's kind of been the goal. It was just hitting like 2K. I wanted to join the bid on that. Oh no. Okay, well, it just gave us a flat trade. I hit flat because I literally was. All right, well, it worked out, I guess. Switching to 1 tick for this. All right, got it up 625. So, all right, just checking in with the chat. Your red trading, the leading papers. Oh, leading gappers. Sorry, I read papers. I get sick of that visual impairment thing. It's kind of a pain sometimes. It's definitely not fun, but I'm interested in a different strategy. So hopefully that will be a road to success. Yeah. Obviously, I'll always be refining your strategy. If you notice, like when I talk about my strategies, I'm mentioning multiple different strategies all happening at once. So I'm talking about the 1226 crossover, I'm talking about the 912 runner, I'm talking about the TTM squeeze, and I'm talking about the 5200 cross. And I'm also talking about the 35 momentum. So I'm talking about all those different things going on. They all ultimately lead to one individual decision, but they allow me to trade through any market. So they allow me to trade if things are going bullish, if things are going bearish. They allow me to trade it through chop. They allow me to trade through, big bullish runners or huge bearish days. So they essentially allow me, like all those indicators are part of my strategy that allow me to make better decisions during all of those times. And it really is just a way to help support my decision-making process. And honestly, I actually think that I pretty much make the vast majority of my decisions off of all of that plus candle movement. This whole thing was filled. I was going to go long, but I just didn't get the pullback I wanted. Got filled, but I don't know if I like that fill. Yeah, looking to get out just 1 tick on that one. Okay, up 937.50 on the day. I took the 1 tick because it looked like this candle was going to fall over to me. I don't know if we're going to get this crossover that's saying possible here. But up 937.50. We've been trading for about 20 minutes. Nearing our grand area. This new candle just started. Look at that fill. Whoa. Look at that. All right. Got a quick 2 tick on that. Up 1062. Hitting that bid. Up 1187 now. I'm not letting this one off. Staying aggressive on this one. Although did retrace a lot of that candle. I don't like that. How much time we got? 5 seconds. Down a little more than I'm comfortable with. Only trying to take one tick on this now. And I hopefully don't have to cut it. We came up to flat for a second. Just one more tick. All right, we got it. Up 1250 on the day. That one was a little bit riskier than I wanted it to be. But because the candle had filled so aggressively, that was why I went as aggressive as I did. Is because the candle was filling that aggressively. We had some really big wicks here on these green candles, though, which is indicative of downward pressure. But the TTM is also filling up. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once we pass the third yellow TTM candle, it starts being a little bit more strong. We're breaking above the 26 as well, and above the 35. So this actually looks like this could break out. Not broke out yet, but it looks like it could. New candle forming, still green. Buy market. Looks like I might regret that. Going for one tick just because of that. Up 1437.50. This thing's still running. Joined the bid here at the doji. Got it. Up 1560.50 on the day. Kind of feel like I'm like in the zone. Wow, look at that rip. Still continuing it. Hitting the bid here. I forgot to check candle time. Still got it. Up 1687.50. This is a nice reversal. Very nice trend reversal. Hitting the bid there. Look for 2 tick up again. We've only been trading 2 ticks. We've just been trading at 5 contracts. I don't like that doji at the top though. Gonna go for 1 tick just to hopefully get out of the trade with profit. Got it. Up 1750. Glad I took that 1 tick because we did get a little bit of a pullback. I do think this is gonna run though. And there's the rip up. I just when the doji is at the top of a run like that, sometimes you get some pullbacks, and I didn't want to get stuck here being filled at the top and then having it pull back that far. So you bought 1,000 shares of DBGI. Yes. I actually didn't trade stocks today. I woke up at like 6:15, 6:30, and I just laid in bed. I've been hitting the gym every day at like 3 a.m. And so today I was just like, man, I just need to like lay here for like an hour. So I just laid in bed for like an hour, and got up and set up the stream like 15 minutes before we start. So I kind of like took every last minute that I could today. Okay, so we did get a pullback at the top of that. This actually looks like very bullish. So we've got the TTM switching over to cyan. We've got the 912. So right here, the 912 runner. So the 9 being above the 12, that's the 9 EMA, above the 12 EMA. Having these two together, this indicates bullish movement, at least bullish short-term movement. Very short-term, okay? Works well on the 1-minute candle. We've got the 35 crossing above the 26. That indicates longer-term bullish movement. Now, if the 9 and 12 get above the 26 as well, that'll confirm the blue line. That'll confirm the EMA 35's bullish momentum. The EMA 35 only works when the 9 and 12 are above the 26. Okay. But but the 35 crossing above the 26 indicates longer term bullish momentum. So all of those indicators, we did stay, 50 above the 200. So I think this is actually gonna be a nice breakout. I'm going to put this here actually at 5 ticks, and let's take a swing and join the bid there. We're gonna take a swing here in the next candle. I don't like that there's a red dot on the TTM. I wish it was green, but we'll get green after we get more confirmation. We do have the 912 crossing above the 26 though, and we do have the 35s in position. The TTM cyan, it's still a red dot, but that doesn't mean that we won't switch to green soon. We're getting really close to our trade, but we haven't hit it yet. There we go. We hit it, and we finally hit over $2,000. We finally hit over $2,000 today. Hell yeah. Happy Friday. Boom. That's that breakout I was looking at. Man, that's what I was looking for, was that breakout right there. Looking for another pullback here and see if we can get a pullback entry. Got a pullback right there. Now I'm looking for a test toward this first resistance of the high. And we got green dot on the TTM. That indicates that this may be a decent entry point. And we got it. Now we're up 23.75 on the day. We are kicking butt. I love it. This is awesome. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, Planet Fitness. That's actually where I go. We hit up Planet Fitness pretty much daily. Me, my wife, and my son. So he's like a teenager now, so he can finally go. All right, looking for another test of these highs. Rolling it down to 3 ticks just to get out. Up 25.62.50 on the day. I love the TTM, man. This is probably my favorite indicator. We had a whole video explaining it that's pretty in depth. So if you guys want to know more about the TTM and how I use it, check out that video. I can link it if you want. But the TTM is probably, once I switched over out of the TTM to my trading strategy, I got a lot more profitable. This is too aggressive, so I'm going to jump this down 3 ticks, and then I'm actually going to switch our brackets to 2. I'm going to put this at 1 tick. May have to cut this. It was right at my risk. Okay, we got it. We only took 1 tick on that one, just because it was looking kind of sketchy to me. When it's choppy like this, even though you may get these like bull runs like what we just got here, this little I would call this a bull run, short-term bull run. Even though we may get those, when it's choppy, we may see a lot of turnaround and a lot of fake outs. So you can even see like right here. So when this TTM hit, but way back here, it was hitting on this candle, on this red, right after that huge green. It hit on this red, and then followed by another huge green, and it continued. The TTM continued up to here. So had you got in on this first candle, you'd been able to ride all the way to this candle before the TTM flipped over. And when it flipped over, you can see it still even continued to push up, even though the TTM was flipping over. So TTM's reliability on futures is less than it is on stocks, but it's still a very valuable indicator. We did end up getting that fill. We got that 1 minute candle to make a new high, broke over that resistance area, and now we're looking to test the highs next. I'm gonna join the bid here, looking for 2 ticks up. Got it, up 27.50 on the day, continuing to push. Staying on the long side for now. was looking for a pullback there, but I don't know if we're gonna get that. I got an order down. All right, there we go. Up 28.75 on the day. Woo! What a day. Half hour of trading up 28.75, dude. It's crazy, man. Getting some gains before the gains. That's exactly. Yeah, dude. I love it. Oh, dude, Smack. I'm going to use that. But your 6-month-old occupies my extra time now. Baby girl. Congrats, man. Dude, I remember when my son was a baby, dude. We were actually just talking about this last night. We went to Snoqualmie Falls. If you've ever seen Snoqualmie Falls, it is a huge waterfall in the Cascades in Washington State, and it's enormous. And before, like the way it is now, it's all blocked off. But when my son was a baby, and all the time that when I was a kid, it was never blocked off. You could basically hike all the way down to the bottom of the waterfall, and there was a little like balcony, like wooded area that they expect people to stay on, but you could easily just climb over it and you just be at the riverbed. And we were down there, and the water's crashing down all crazy and stuff, and it crashes down into this area that's all calm. And my wife and I turned to look at the waterfall for like 10 seconds, and we're like, oh my gosh, look at this, like the way, like look how much it's just like coming over. It was crazy. And we turn around and we see our son just face down, like on the shore, face down in the water in the river. And we're like, oh, what the hell? We looked away for 10 seconds, and my wife like sprints over to him. I'm like, oh my god, he's drowning. And she like pulls him up, and he just looks at her and he's like, not bad. And he was like just drinking the water out of there, man. It was it tripped us the heck out, but at the same time, man, it's one of the cutest memories ever that I have of my kid when he was that young. Dude, I totally get it, man. Having a 6-month-old, dude, it makes things pretty challenging. Is that your first kid? Because if it is, man, like I know like how much time that occupies, especially if it's your first. When you have more than one, like if you've had a few, you kind of get used to it. We hit officially I'm gonna screenshot this. We hit 3K. Let's screenshot this today. Shoop. Yeah. All right, we hit 3K today. That's awesome, man. I'm pumped about that. Yeah, your first one. Yeah, definitely, man. Like the first one. Like we only have one, but we've been talking for a long time about having another one. But after my accident 6 years ago, like we were ready to have a kid, and then like I had that accident 6 years ago that left me blind and unable to speak, and we had spent like 3 years building up a 6-figure digital business, and it was finally like at that point where it's really starting to take off. Like we're getting interviews with like some really big names in the industry. We're hanging out with people like Bob Proctor and all that whole kind of thing, and then the accident happened, and I ended up blind, unable to speak, and people were just like, "Oh my gosh, are you still going to be able to continue operating your business?" And we're like, "Maybe, we think so." And my wife ran it for about a year and a half before we're just like, "Okay, I just need to focus on my healing," and that's what we did. But we were about to have a kid, actually. Like we were planning it. We were like, okay, let's have another one. Our son was maybe he was like 8 at the time when that happened, and that ultimately made us decide not to have another one at that time. And now that things are coming back to normal, I'm so grateful that they are, because it was like 6 long years of like learning everything there is to know about my brain and all this different stuff, and in learning how to heal, that it's like my life is starting to be more normal again. It's not just all about healing. And so now we're talking about having a kid again. So we actually really did want to have a second one. But I think that the second one is going to be a lot easier than the first one. Not like our first kid was hard. He's awesome and he's totally chill, which I really deeply appreciate. Uh, but also at the same time, when you're new at it, it's just like anything. It's a skill. It takes time to get good at it. And our first, I don't know, my first probably 4 years or so, I tried my best, but it was like it's very difficult to like almost make the shift to being like, okay, I'm no longer necessarily just an individual. I'm an individual, but I also have all these people that rely on me for everything. And that kind of like, it was challenging, and I was happy to rise to the challenge, but it's also like you gotta like stretch your mind. We're not taking any trades at the moment just because we had this pullback. This honestly looks like the waving in the wind, as they call it, and we're kind of bouncing at this support, I think. So I'd be looking for a bounce off this. We do got a 3-minute pullback on the TTM. We got this doji at the bottom. But right now, it looks undecided. I do think that we're going to pop up, but I'm hesitant to take a position now at this particular point in time. So, yeah, it's morning, Tiny. Good to see you. It just showed the notification. Oh, no, you just saw it. I think you said it just showed it. Been watching IPOs. Right on. Paper traded futures, 425 green. Congrats. That's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that, Tiny. You use the ES? Nice. Are you using the strategies we've been talking about on here? Like, is that working out for you? I hope it is. But yeah, man. Like, I think that, like, if I was to go back and be a new father again, which obviously I can't, but if I was, I think that what I would probably do differently is I think that I would do a lot of like put a lot of effort into taking care of my body and taking care of those kind of things. Like, you said that, you got a 6-month-old and you haven't been able to get to the gym, but I would say that if you're able to like carve out like an hour of time, even if it's at like 3 a.m. or something like that, like honestly, that's when I go to the gym. It's like 3 in the morning. But if you're able to like carve out an hour or something like that, maybe before stocks, then I definitely would. And you'll actually find on this channel that eventually, we'll likely be talking about that. I was actually recording a video talking about the gym and just how it relates to trading and how you could actually use it to increase your clarity. Because the reality of it is that a healthy body leads to a healthy mind, and it really influences your ability to make strong decisions, as I'm making a bad decision right now. Yeah, I'm going to cut this. All right, lost 250 on that one. But it really does influence your ability to make quick decisions, especially if you're using it with like certain supplements like lion's mane or any of the other nootropics. You'll find that I have extensive knowledge of nootropics, not just because I was already interested in them, but after my brain injury happened, I absolutely needed to dive deep on nootropics because they're the United States medical system. And I'm not trying to get political here in any way, but the United States medical system leaves a lot to be desired when it comes to brain injuries. To give you an example, the equipment and the processes in which they were utilizing in order to help me with my brain injury said copyright 1971 on it. So that should give you an indicator to say, okay, well, this technology, this equipment, this everything that they're using is 50 years old. How outdated is this? And when you look at in relation to, say, Germany, for example, who has a very advanced brain injury program, when you look at, say, to like Germany or something like that, you know, their stuff is very modern. It's been around for a long time, but it's also continuing to evolve all the time. And so I had to take I had to take my health into my own hands, which I honestly learned that I kind of feel like everybody should do, is take your health into your own hands, because I think it's one of the most, your health is your greatest wealth. It really truly is. Even as corny as that may sound, I genuinely believe it to be true. And back up at 3K. And so I took a lot of that very seriously, learned a lot about nootropics, learned a lot about brain injuries, and learned a lot about how to support healing from them. And to be honest, every time I went to go see my doctors, they were always like, "Oh my gosh, how are you healing this much? This is just crazy. This is unprecedented." And I'm just like, "I'm just doing the work, like I'm not special necessarily. I don't think, but really, what it was is I was taking the time to do the work, and doing a lot of research, reading scientific studies. If you ever read a research paper, they're pretty drab, like very boring to read. But at the same time, that's where I got a lot of that knowledge. That's where I got a lot of that information, and it's a key factor as to my ability to be able to think as quickly as I do currently, and my ability to have as much vision as I do. If I hadn't done that, I wouldn't be able to trade right now. I wouldn't be able to drive again. So So, hence a little bit of backstory. We actually have a lot of viewers today, more viewers than we normally get. So please make sure you like and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. If you like some of those stories, I got a ton of them. Yeah, a little of every strategy. I know that's awesome, Tiny. I'm super happy to hear that. And yes, health is 100% the greatest wealth. Yeah. Always work hard. Put your health first. Always. We have more visitors today than we normally do. We're up 3K on the day. Pretty awesome. I'm not currently trading in this particular moment just because there looks to be a lot of indecision on the ES. I did want to take advantage of this U-shaped pattern, and we did take a position right here, but because it ended up dropping down, I cut it, and then we got that fill right back up. I was wanting to take this sort of like this U-shaped position for this green candle here. We didn't hold through this pullback because we ended up filling a little too high on it. And so when it pulled back here, I cut it, and then we took 2 trades up here to get us back to 3K. I was trying to get up to 31.25, but 3K, this is, definitely, this is one of our strongest days that we've had trading so far. We will get back to our evaluation on Monday, and I may do the 50K eval. For those of you who don't know, I'm going through evaluations with Elite Trader Funding. Elite Trader Funding is super dope. Right now, you can use promo code JSBEST to get a lifetime discount of 50% off the monthly billing, and there you can get funded all the way up to 300K. So pretty huge amounts of funding available here. There's a 10K, a 25, there's a 50K. These are all on the one-step evaluations, which means that you only need to go through one step. A lot of programs will require you to go through 2 steps. So you basically have to take 2 evaluations back to back. This one's just one evaluation. And I think that the 50K evaluation at the 50% off puts it at $72.50. It's probably one of the best deals in the marketplace. It gives you a 2,000 drawdown, a $3,000 profit target. You can take up to 8 positions on the minis, so 8 positions on the ES. You take 80 micros. So I think this is probably by far one of the best values in the marketplace right now. It's the 50K eval. That's personally the one that I was considering going into next. The one that I'm currently on or have been attempting is the 100K static evaluation. This one is a really really cool program in that there is no daily drawdowns. The drawdown doesn't move up with you. It's just a flat drawdown, but the drawdown's pretty low. As you can see, it's $625, and you can only take 2 positions. So given the way that our strategy has evolved over the last like week or two, I've been looking more at like this 50K eval, because it tends to, like, the way that it's structured seems to fit more with the strategy that we've been developing. So this is one that I likely am going to attempt next. The other ones that are available is the fast track evaluations. These ones are really cool in the sense that on the 100K, you can take up to 14 positions. So you can take a ton of positions on here. It's a little bit higher profit target, 6K, with a drawdown of 3. But make sure on each one of them, you click the see more details but link on next to it, because that'll actually give you all the nitty gritty of the rules and everything like that. One thing I really like about Elite Trader Funding is how transparent they are. They're incredibly easy to understand. Every question that I've had has been answered just going through the see more details function. But any question that I did have of them about my accounts or anything related to that, they were just willing to help very quickly with their customer service. So they have a little customer support thing right here, and they always get back to me in a few minutes, which I love. Even on the weekends, they got back to me. I had some questions on a Sunday and they got back to me within 10 minutes. I was really shocked, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't expect a response till Monday. But they got back to me really, really fast. So y'all can use promo code JSBEST if you want to get a lifetime discount on Elite Trader Funding. That is a promotion that's only going on through through August. Excuse me. It's a limited program, and Elite Trader Funding is kind of, they're new players in the marketplace, so they are looking to make a name for themselves. They've been really, really helpful. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to go with them. Let's jump back into the charts here. We did continue to push up. We are making new highs in this area here. And I thought I saw that ripping right before we talked about ETF. This would have been a great entry off that doji. Gonna pull back now. Gonna join the bid here. Looking for another test of that resistance level. Just looking for 2 ticks. Got it. Up 31.25 on the day. I wonder if we can hit 4. I think we can hit 4K. It looks like a good time to push. Looking for a pullback, one more tick. Didn't get it exactly as I wanted it to, but we did get that. Up 32.50 on the day. Candle continuing to push. How much time we got? We got 15 seconds on this candle. CTM's looking strong. All our indicators are looking very strong. I'm gonna try and get in like right here. I don't know if we'll get that. Nah, we're not gonna get that. If we did, it would be on a red candle, and I don't really want to be in there on a red. Got a flag on the play. Make it another push up based off that flag. Looking for a long right there. Only going to go 1 tick on this. Got it out up 33.12, 50 on the day. I went 1 tick on that because if you guys know my philosophy on flags, my philosophy on flags is not that they're bull flags or bear flags. There are flags that tend to be more bullish or tend to be more bearish, but my philosophy on flags is that it simply means that we're going to see momentous movement in a direction, not necessarily bullish or bearish. So that's my philosophy on flags. Might be contradictory, it might be controversial to a lot of the major names out there, but I don't care because that's been my experience. So, and I'm trading based off my experience, not necessarily off of things that I learned in anything else. or from other people. So taking going for a 2 tick long. Gonna take a 1 tick. Looks like I need to drop this down to 1 tick here in this area because we're getting all these dojis. We're getting kind of indecision of the top right now. And so I think I need to keep my scalps tighter. Looking for a 1 tick to the down, and definitely did not get that. Flattening it out. Took an L on that one. Still up 31.25 on the day. Just checking in with Giles. Agree on the flags. They can go either way. Yeah, that's been my experience. My philosophy on flags is, they basically what a flag indicates to me is momentous movement to a direction. If that's a clear enough definition for it, because I've seen bear flags where we're below the VWAP, we've got a flag, it looks like shaped like a boot almost because it's on the downside. We got the flag down here, and I've seen it just like go drop down for a second, then rip up huge. So I've seen it do that, and I've seen the exact opposite. I've seen a perfect bull flag formation above the VWAP. Everything looks good, and it like pops up for a second, then just dumps. So I've seen it go both directions, and I don't really. That's why I don't really subscribe to the idea of bull flags and bear flags. I believe that there are some flags, like ones that are typically described as bull flags. I believe those tend to be more bullish, and a certain percentage of the time they work out as bull flags. I would say a higher percentage of the time they work out on bullish movement. But there's still like a 30% chance or something like that they end up just dumping, and vice versa. On the bear flags, it's like 70% that they drop down further and 30% that they rip up. And so to me, that odds, like that, those are not good odds in my opinion. Like to have a 30% chance of loss based off of that flag movement, to me, is not good. That's way too high. I'm looking for things that I can, have like 80 to 90% accuracy with. And if you actually get like, one day I'll probably show you guys my accuracy. I don't have it available to me because I haven't been updating my reports, but my accuracy tends to be in around like 75 to 85% accurate on my trading. And that's in stocks. And in futures, it's been around the same as well. So look for a 1 tick pop. Got it. And we're just in and out instant on that one. And if you notice, like the way I'm doing this, I'm doing my best to, like, when you see the green candle pop up and then you see it pull back some, that's usually where I'm joining the bid. So like right here, I wanted to be on that earlier tick. Still got it. But when I see a green candle fill up and then pull back some, I'm trying to get filled on that pullback for a little bit of a pop back up, for a little bit of the candle to get filled back up. Same strategy with red. So when the red drops and then fills, I'm looking to go short right there for another drop down. So that's kind of the thought process with a lot of this. This is actually looking like I think that we're going to see a pop up. And I think we can go 2 ticks now. Right now, this little spot right here is kind of acting as resistance. And I think that we're going to break over that. Joining the bid there. And right when we join the bid, that's when we start to see the pullback. How nice. But it makes sense because it's right at this resistance level. I'm going to flat this. Took a L of 250. Actually took a bigger L than that. I think it was an L of like 312 because we got filled at market rate on the downside. So we were up. I think our peak was. Somebody remind me what our peak was. I think it was 3,300. Still up over 3K. We're not going to let it drop below 3K today. Just the way that I've been trading this week, like what I changed in my strategy this week was essentially I'm taking more contracts for less ticks. And that's been very profitable. We pretty much finished over $1,000 every single day except for 2. And I can't wait to take this strategy to an evaluation. I'm really, really excited for that. Okay, looks like we're getting some pullback here after making these new highs. After this huge bullish run, and we traded this run all the way up. We were trading all the way down here at the view app. This is around where we started trading. Actually, we started trading here. So we started trading right here, right in this area. Took a couple L's through this, and our lowest of the day was 312.50. So that was our peak low, and our peak high was around 3,300, I think. Join the bid, look for a 2-tick up. Got it. Okay, up 3187.50 on the day. Pretty great trading day, man. Up over 3K. That's awesome. I'm in the simulator. For those of you who don't know, we're trading in the simulator right now. We're up almost $3,200. Prepping for a new evaluation that will likely start on Monday. Getting a push up. So this flag did consolidate, did push up, and it's looking pretty strong now. I can see this putting in another movement. I think that we might get a pullback here. 30 seconds. Gonna go long, even though it's a red. Just looking for a 2-tick. I went long because I was essentially hoping that was the bottom of that candle. But it looks like I'm honestly trading against the trend. Took a fat L on that one. And we did dip below 3K. Oh no. I gotta switch to 1-tick. Okay, up 28.75 on the day. Time of the candle, 23 seconds remaining. Movement seems like it's almost like slowing down. I meant to join the bid earlier. Still got it. Music stopped. Let's get that music pumping. I need to add more music. All right. All right, back at 3K. 3K seems to be our support and resistance, our personal support and resistance today. We were trading for an hour though. We hit 3K almost half hour ago. I think we hit 2K actually a half hour ago. So I think we hit 3K about 20 minutes ago. Our peak of the day is 32.50. So the strat that I'm using here that's working out is we're trading 5 contracts. We're typically trading at 1 or 2 ticks. Occasionally we're doing 3 to 5 ticks depending on the movement and the momentum. We are utilizing multiple trading strategies all at once. We've got indicators that are letting us know which direction we're going overall, but then we're also trading the candles themselves. So what I'm doing here is, if you'll notice, we've got this red candle that like as it's filling up, so like that area would be an area that I go short. So it fills up, goes short here, and then I'd be looking for a push down, just like what just happened there. So what we're doing is we're trading intra candle. So like take a push short right here, and I think I got to fill higher than I wanted it to. That's okay. I still think that we're gonna get this trade. It's filling up more than I wanted to, but still got it. Okay, so that's essentially the strat right there. This one opened up green. If you'll notice too, I try to not be in a position when a new candle forms. So I try to make sure that I'm allowing the next candle to form, and then once that candle has formed and done its movement, whether it's the upside or the downside, and then I'm looking to get in after it's done its movement. I also try my best not to trade on dojis unless I can see that the doji is at the bottom of a move or the top of a move. Then I can kind of predict which direction it's going to go. But when a doji is like right here in this area, it's not at the bottom or at the top of any move. It's literally indecision. So I'm not going to trade that indecision because it can go either way. And it can go pretty badly, pretty quickly. So since we're trading 5 contracts, that may have an impact on our fees at a later time, like when we go to do the evaluation, and I don't know what that impact will be. So while this strategy may work out in the simulator, the fees may make a difference when it comes to actually trading the strategy in the evaluation. So that's something I'm going to be aware of. Up 31.87.50 on the day. Well, we'll try it out. Let's see. So, if 2 contracts is 872, means each contract is 436 times 5. So it should be around $22 in fees. And so that'd be 62.50 minus 21.80. So should still net about $40 a trade. So that's fine. $40 a trade. That's at 1 tick. So if we happen to get some 2 tick trades, that's 125 minus that 21.80. So 2 ticks at 5 contracts worth $100. Instead of the 125 that it is without fees. Getting another doji up here at the top, but if you can see, our 26 is closing in on this 12, so we may actually see a trend reversal here. We've had this bullish consolidation for what now? I'm going to call it right here. We've had this bullish consolidation now for 15 minutes. And so 15 minutes consolidating this area. It honestly looks like it's pretty strong to be real. And I actually think that we'll break this area. Yeah, I'm going to take a quick long there. Got it up 32.50. This is what I think our peak was of the day. So bracket peak. Got more viewers here today than we normally do. So if y'all wouldn't mind, like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. We do this live every day at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 market time. Monday through Friday, I should say. Not every day. We don't trade on the weekends. But yeah, man. Like, subscribe if you like the strategies, like the education, all that type of stuff. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. I'm just gonna check in with the chat and just see. Hell yeah, way to go! Thank you, I appreciate it. You got my bid day using one trick. Oh, big day. But that 1 tick moved $300 worth, and I went from there. That's awesome, Tiny dude. I love that. I'm so happy for that. Finally figured out how much a tick actually is on the ES. Yeah, it's worth for every 25 cents, it moves $12.50. Yeah, exactly. So Tiny, if you'll notice, if you're doing Thinkorswim as your simulator, there's this indicator that you can actually add. It's in the studies, and it'll just tell you the tick value. Let me tell you which one it is. If you go to the studies, let's see, I think it's notional study. This one. I think that's actually one that I created custom. Possible cross, open interest, TTM squeeze. These are all my moving averages. Yeah, I think it's this one, this notional study. Let's see if I can. Is it this one? Open interest? No, this one has plots. But I'll have to Google it and see if I can find it. But I found this one, and I'm pretty sure I found it on the web. That'll actually just tell you the tick values. So to me, that was helpful just because I can always look up there and see how much each contract is worth, each tick value. So we did get a breakthrough on that high of the day resistance area there. We got a breakthrough, but now we're getting a pretty strong pullback off of it. Where this is at currently, I don't know that I can tell which direction it's going to end up. It could fall over. And the reason why I say it could fall over is because you can see the TTM's cooled off quite a bit. They switched over to red dots. By TTM switching to red dots, that indicates it's not a great entry point for a long type position. It may be better for a short position when the green dot comes up. Or sorry, when the green dot comes up, it's better for long. When the red dot comes up, it's better for short, typically. And we've also been consolidating here now for a half an hour. That's a really long time to consolidate around this this long flag here. Let's check it on the 5. On the 5, we're still looking strong on the TTM. And on the 5, we're currently in a green 5. So we just started a brand new 5-minute candle. So for this 5, we'd actually want to see it break over this wick up here in order to see continued bullish movement. Oh my gosh, I think I went way too hard this week. As I'm talking, I can like feel my abs just like sore. It's just I think I went a little too hard today, or not today, but just this week. Yeah, I'll see if I can find that study for you, Tony. I didn't see it in my studies, oddly enough. So, yeah, absolutely, SPAC. I'm happy to be here, man. I really am, and I'm just having fun, honestly. Still, so okay. I'm just catching up on the chat. Yeah, fees killed good trades. Yeah, that was the problem. So I actually got into trading in 2010. So believe it or not, it was a very long time ago. I had no idea what I was doing. All of my trades were profitable, and I literally was like, I was buying stuff that I just saw moving on the day. The end. I was like, maybe I could buy this here and maybe I could sell that there. I didn't even know what a float was. I had no idea what a float was. I didn't think to look for content on YouTube at that time as a search engine to get education. I have no idea why, but I just didn't. And the fees were $7 to buy and $7 to sell. So that means I had to make a minimum of $14 on every single trade in order to have a profitable account. And I had a $500 Scottrade account at that time, which is actually how I ended up in Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade. So 10 years down the line, 10 years later, and I just, my trades were profitable But because of the fees, I ended up losing money at that time. And so I was just like, you know what, F this. I'm out. And I just left that money there. And I owned like 2 or 3 stocks or something like that. And I just left that money there to more or less rot. And they started charging me fees in order to keep that money there. And so I was like, well, this is dumb. I'm getting charged fees just to have this account. And so I ended up taking that money that was there, and I bought a couple of stocks pre-pandemic, like right before the pandemic happened. I bought some like oil stocks, and when I did, like I was made a bunch of money on the oil stocks, and I was like, no way. And then I started learning about like there are no fees. I started learning about like trading software. I started learning about all that stuff just little by little over time. And by August of 2020, I was trading full time. So that was probably like February. I had been studying investing for a lot longer before that, and looking like investing in things like Roth and all those things. But in that process, like when I was doing that, I was learning a little bit more about trading each and every time. And when I actually I took my first day trade, excluding 2010. I took my first day trade on May 7th, and I think it was Mara. Was my first one, crypto stock, and made profit on it. And I was like, no way. And I made profit my entire first month. I only lost one trade in my first month, and I lost like 30 cents. But every trade that whole month, I had no idea what I was doing, and I just was picking the right stocks, more or less buying it. I was holding them all day. I was holding stocks sometimes, like I would buy like right near the open, and I was holding it till like 12:30, and so I just I made profit the entire month of my very first month, and I was like, wow, this is actually not that hard. This, of course, is before the learning curve kicked in, before the market volatility kicked in. I had no idea we were in like a recovery thing. Like May 2020 was so strong, you basically could throw a rock in any direction and make profit. Was basically the situation. And as the summer began to hit, that's when we started seeing more downward momentum and stuff like that. And by September of 2020, I was having a really hard time in trading. And so I do what I always do, which is I got really diligent about my education, and I became as educated as I possibly could. And through that process, I got better and better at trading. I got into futures around February or March of this year, and I was just doing it, just messing around on the simulator, and I was like, holy crap! Like I had some days that I was making like $4,000. And I was like, wow, this is very profitable. And so I, started trading more and more futures, and I did it for a couple of months, and then I was like, wow, I should actually do an evaluation. Took a quick long there, getting a nice push. I'm gonna actually switch up ticks. I'm gonna go 3 ticks and hit the bid here. Nice entry. Looking for a test of that high. I'll hold through this pullback, but not for long. We got this doji here. We got a possible cross. We've got 2 yellows on the TT. Oh no, messed up my chart. This is a little too much of a pullback. Yeah, this one's got to go green, otherwise I'm out. If this candle goes green, even if it doesn't fill our tick, I'll stay in. But Super close. Okay, we got it. Wow. Up 3,500. 3,500. Dude, wow. Hashtag blessed, as nobody says anymore. Looking for 2 ticks on that. Going for 1. Ah. Gonna swap this back to 1 tick. It's too volatile in this area. Still gonna hold this 1 tick position here for the moment because we're only down 1 tick. So we only need to pump up 1 more tick and then we're out. Currently flat. All right, got out on that. Up 35.62. I do think this is gonna push, but this sort of indecision through this area I didn't like. I do think this is gonna cross, but yeah, there we go. That's more the movement that I was looking for. That's why I was taking 5 ticks or 3 ticks. Going long again, looking for just 1 tick. The TTM's looking stronger. The movement's just slow. Just need 1 tick up. Currently flat. Got it. Up 36.25 on the day. Solid day. Really solid. It's a lot to learn how to trade. It's a lot to learn how to trade, and most don't understand that when they start. I can invest to save my. I can. Oh, you can't invest to save your life, but I'm learning little by little. Yeah, it is a process. It really is. Just taking the time to learn about things like flow, learn about things like bull flags and chart patterns and indicators and all that. And then, inevitably almost every trader goes through that period of time where they're like, I need to just find the right indicator. If I get the right indicator that tells me when to buy and when to sell, I would be fine. I went through that, and that's actually how I ended up with a lot of indicators that I currently use. But I had a lot of other indicators that just weren't right for me. Things like the RSI, the MACD, those might work for other people, but they just didn't work for me. To me, they were too complicated. And I tried a lot of the RSI type stuff. I even took a whole course on RSIs, on RSI trading, and I couldn't make heads or tails of it. Every time I would try and buy at the area that the RSI told me to buy, it would flop on me. Every time I would try to sell at the area the RSI told me to sell, I would sell out, and then it would just rip. And then I'm just like, well, I just missed out on all that profit. So it wasn't something that worked for me. I was unable to interpret it the way that everybody else seemed to. Okay, so this much consolidate. Look at that range, just like back and forth between this support and resistance level. But this is looking more and more like it's gonna fall down to me. And that fall down's not bad, honestly, because if you look at this, look how extended this is from the VWAP. That's pretty big extension right there. This whole section, extended like $40 up. Is that right? No, we're extended like $15 up. 42.32. Visual impairment stuff. Okay, this could be our final fall here. That actually gives us that pullback. Going short 1 tick. I think I shorted this a little too early. Yeah, we did. Oh, wow. Look at that rip. Oh, man. Well, that was $500. I was looking for it to continue. It bounced off the 50. Gave back $500 on that one. Still up over 3K. We're not going to drop below 3K. That's our new standard. And you get your standards in life. So raise your standards and you'll get better things in life. That's one thing I've learned. Lol on the indicators. I use several, but on different screens at times, which seems it's helped me a little. Yeah, like I'm at a point now to where I'm super hesitant about adding indicators. Yeah, it happens, tiny, but we're still up 3K, so I ain't tripping. It's all good. It's kind of a bad beat on that one though. I was looking to literally go one tick down, and yeah, because like it honestly looked like it was gonna fall over to me, but I totally forgot about, like, I didn't consider the 50 as support, and I noticed that I have about an hour of really solid trading in myself, and then once I start getting over that hour, I think I start to get like decision fatigue or something. So, and which is a real thing, by the way, the decision fatigue thing. That's something that that like being an entrepreneur or a trader, or anybody who has to make a lot of decisions really quickly, very consistently, eventually you start getting kind of almost like brain fog on decisions. TTM is sitting at 1.0. It's not falling over, honestly. Really, I was kind of thinking it would fall over here and break down below that 50, but I forgot to consider the 50 EMA as support on that one. So in essence, like, I didn't follow my own trade plan, my own trade strategy. So, and I know that I need to do some videos on all these different trade strategies that I'm utilizing all at once, because I'm utilizing the 912 runner, I'm utilizing the 1226 cross, I'm utilizing the 35 momentum, I'm utilizing the 5200 cross, and I'm utilizing the VWAP. So I'm utilizing all of those different indicators that all lead to my decision making. Oh, and the TTM as well. All of those things lead to my decision making process, and all of those things make a difference in terms of how I trade and what decisions I make. And this thing, I'm glad we cut that because, man, wow, it ran all the way back up to the resistance area. So we've tested this resistance area now once, twice, really just twice. This flag feels like so much longer than it's been. It's been going for 40 minutes. So that's a pretty long time. Looks like we might switch to cyan on the, we just switched to cyan on the TTM. Testing that resistance level now. Got a quick long on that one. I wonder if we'll get a pull back and then a push up, but it looks like it might just push up from here. Let's check the 5. I want to see where we're at on the 5-minute chart. So we got a 5-minute flag, and it's looking pretty strong. So we had this like 10-minute cool down here, and then 8. We're actually stacking up on TTM. I had somebody once tell me that I move my charts around way too much. And I probably do. But I don't care. That's how I trade. Another rejection there at the moment, but I think this might fill up. It's a quick long on that on a red candle. So up 32.50. Our peak of the day was 36.25. Okay. So with that, we're up 32.50 on the day. Pretty strong day so far. Yeah, mental fatigue, exactly. May happen next week. We can talk live. That would be. What do you mean by this, Tiny? Mayhap next week we can talk live? Question mark. What do you mean by that, Tiny? So for y'all who don't know, we are looking to get funded in a futures trading evaluation prop firm. We're currently on Thinkorswim's paper trading simulator. We've been able to yield $3,250 utilizing this strategy that we've developed over this last week and a half. And essentially we've been making a little bit of tweaks to our futures trading strategy week over week. We've tried multiple evaluations, and unfortunately we've failed all of them. And our most recent fail was on Tuesday. However, we are still pushing forward, and we are going to earn funding in the futures market. And in order to do that, we are utilizing Elite Trader Funding. Elite Trader Funding is a super dope program. One thing I really like about them is you can actually earn funding all the way up to 300K. They have amazing customer service, which I really, really value in a company. I absolutely want that in a company, and I won't work with a company that does not have stellar customer service, because your customer service as a company is a reflection upon how much you care about your clients. And so I personally won't work with anybody who doesn't have stellar customer service, and these guys got it. They have amazing customer service. They get back to me very quickly. They get back to me with real answers. They get back to me with thoughtful answers, and they're kind. And that's one thing I really look for in a company. Right now, you guys can use promo code JSBEST to get 50% off of any of the products that you see on their evaluation, except the fast tracks. The fast tracks do not qualify for the coupon, but everything else does. One thing I also really like about them is that I have one-step evaluations. So a lot of other prop firms will make you go through 2 trading combines. This one is only 1 trading combine. So you go through it, you pass, you're funded. The end. It's simple. It's easy to understand. They have the see more details function here that tells you everything you need to know about the products. Each product type has a see more details link that you can click on, and that you can learn everything you want to know. I personally think that the 50K evaluation with the JS Best promo code that gets you 50% off is one of the best values in prop trading firms out there, hands down, all the way across the market. You can take a max position of 8 minis. So if you're trading the ES, you can trade 8 contracts, huge amount of contracts. You got a max drawdown of 2,000. You got a profit target of 3,000. If you can hit everything on those, following their rules, then they'll actually fund you on this account 50K. And you can get funded all the way up to 300K. The evaluation that we've been attempting is the 100K static evaluation. The static evaluation has a drawdown of $625 flat. It never changes. It's just that if you drop below 100K, drop below $625, so there's 99,375. If you drop below that, you fail. Simple, very easy to understand. Check these guys out if you guys are looking to earn funding in the futures market. Probably one of the best out there I've seen. They're new, they're up and coming. They've only been around for a couple of months, but they're very solid. They make content, like they've shown up on people's content on YouTube. The founders are and CEOs and support staff and all that. They're not afraid to get social. They're not afraid to get public, and that's one thing I really like about them. I personally think that the 50K eval, probably one of the best values out there in the market. So with the promo code JSBEST, you get this for $72.50.
very inexpensive for an evaluation of that caliber, of that size. Highly recommend checking them out. So, oh, be on stream? Yeah, I'm down with that. I don't mind. We can we can certainly have guests here. I'd love to have you as a guest, Tiny. Let's just schedule it. So that it's on a set time. Do you have me on Discord? Down 75 on Diffusers. Okay. Take it slow though, Tiny. You know, pulled back. We're pushing back up. We are so on this range that's been happening here since about 820. We are getting a little bit of ascending support. You can see the 50s actually climbing up with it. I think we're about to see a break through this resistance level here. Gonna go for 2 ticks off the bid. Got the bid up 1 tick. Looking for 2. Got the 2 ticks up 33.75 on the day. So yeah, check out Elite Trader Funding, guys. Use promo code JSBest. There's a link in the description. All these links, everything we ever talk about, there's always a link in the description. There's always a link in the description, so y'all can check that out. Also, join our email list. We email about the stream pretty much daily, but we also email other stuff there that we don't share anywhere else. So you definitely want to be on that email list. The link is in there. Also, if you want to support the channel directly, there's a PayPal donation button inside the links as well. And lastly, there's also Webull. Webull is a super dope stock trading program. You can also trade crypto and options there as well. I use Webull pretty much daily, and they're one of the better softwares out there, in my opinion, that allow you to trade stocks, crypto, options, everything like that. They're really solid. They also have no fees when it comes to trading stocks. So definitely really, really great bunch of guys over there at Webull, guys and gals and everybody. We're only looking for 2 ticks on this push. We didn't currently get it. We're sitting down 2 ticks at the moment. I swapped it over to 1 tick, looking to just get out of the position profit. There we go. We are getting a break to this resistance level. Brand new green dot cyan on the TTM. I think we're going to continue to push up. Got the bid there on a long. I don't know if I wanted to. Should have gone long there though. Yeah, gonna cut that. Lost 62.50 on that. Up 33.12.50 on the day. But yeah, guys, check out Webull. If you guys sign up for Webull, you actually get 6 free stocks when you sign up. So you automatically be in the green once you fund your account. So Webull's a super dope program, and if y'all sign up for that, use my link in the description as well, and it'll help support the channel on top of that. Went long on that one, and I'm once again unsure if I should have gone long. I'm going to actually switch this up to 4 ticks. Now I want 3. I want 3 ticks. Currently up 2. Switching back to 2 ticks. Switching down to 1 tick now. Got the 1 tick up 33.75 again. Our peak of the day was 36.25. That's the push I was looking for. That's why I bumped it up to 3 ticks. I was looking for that exact push right there. Honestly, the consolidation period was not bad. It was kind of nice to take a break from our decision fatigue. All right, up 3,500 on the day. Yeah, I saw the friend requests come through. I'll accept it once the I'm the queen of slow. Only one contract at a time. Hey, you know what though? That's perfectly fine. Trade at your own pace. For everybody, everybody who's watching this, everybody who's listening, trade at your own pace. Do not feel like you have to take large size. Do not feel like you have to push or get these huge momentum swings for any reason. Don't feel pressure from anybody else to take trades that you don't feel comfortable taking. Always make sure that you are following your trade plan, your trade strategy, and that you're following what's comfortable for you. That is absolutely important. I will never pressure you. I will never recommend you to take a trade or not take a trade at all, because I mean the fact of the matter is that everybody trades differently. Everybody sees the candles differently. Everybody sees momentum differently. All of that. I mean, everybody has their own style, and if you have somebody who is telling you exactly what you should and should not do, you should be skeptical of them. So yeah, I trade my way only. But yeah. So make sure you're trading your way, because it's your way that's going to get you where you ultimately want to go. And while you may be able to take knowledge and take like little bits of knowledge and stuff from other people, you're going to want to make sure that you're developing your strategy that works for you. It's absolutely important, because not only will it develop your own confidence, it will develop your ideas, your opinions in the market. It'll develop your ability to be able to see the candle or see the trend exactly as you see it. And I think that that is by far the best way that you could possibly trade, because you're going to be able to trade through any market utilizing the strategy that you develop. That's not to say you can't get knowledge from courses. I'm a firm believer that courses have value, provided that that company or that creator is putting that value, time, energy, and effort into creating a solid course, and they're not just trying to pump something out. One thing I really like about courses is that they follow a structure, so that it allows you to actually follow a linear path of learning, which I think a lot of us actually need. Because one thing about courses is that they answer questions a lot of times that you didn't know that you had. Like if you're brand new to stocks, how would you even know to look up and learn what a float is? You just wouldn't. I didn't know that. I didn't think to know that. There's no way I could have known without. There's just no way I could have known without having prior exposure to that type of information, that type of content. Um, so that's one thing I really value in courses. Is to I think that you need to take a lot of the knowledge with a grain of salt, and don't look at it like these guys are gods or of any kind, because they're just people like you and me. And they found something that works for them, and they're sharing that knowledge with you. But that doesn't necessarily mean you have to implement all that. For me, I've taken bits and pieces from courses that I've taken, and all those bits and pieces go in order to develop my own trading a little bit at a time. Switching down to one tick. Join the bit here. Look for a one tick pop up. We got 3,500. Been having a hard time like breaking this 3,500 range. I mean, we've hit 36.25 or 36.87 or something was our highest of the day. It's our peak on the day. But whoops. But yeah. So pretty decent day. We had a lot more viewership today, and I really appreciate that. Anybody who is here, please like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. All that stuff really does help the channel grow. What it really does is that kind of engagement shows YouTube, hey, you know what? We are actually here. We are actually showing up. We are actually doing something. We are providing content, and people are getting value out of that content. So it's really helpful. Come on, Ian. Look at this. Wife brought me a beautiful cup of coffee. How amazing is that? Best day ever. And we're up $3,500. So that's awesome too. I really just said that so she'd hear me. um, I love it. In any case, yeah, I totally lost my train of thought. But wow, I don't remember what I was talking about. Oh yeah, we got more viewership than we normally do, and that's awesome because the more people that are showing up here, the more people that like, the more people subscribe, the more people ring the bell for notifications, the more YouTube shows us to other people, and the more that this channel grows. This channel's actually grown really, really fast, by the way. Thank you, Mrs. Joel. I love it. Yeah, this channel's actually been growing pretty quickly. We've only been doing this for 3 weeks, and we've already developed thousands of views. I'm really, really shocked and appreciative. I haven't even got a chance to set up my background yet, and you guys are still showing up, and that makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. I really, really appreciate everybody who's been showing up and who's been liking, subscribing, ring the bell for notifications. We're up 3,500 on the day. Let's see, we're still continuing to push up. We actually ended up getting that push up. That's what I was looking for earlier, but just didn't get it at the time that we were trading those candles. Look for a long on this one. Got it. Up 35.62. We're just taking 1 tick scalps right now. Essentially, this thing is so extended. I mean, look at that extension. But we did have all this period of consolidation, which is one of the reasons why I feel confident taking trades up here at the top. So I'm glad we took that 1 tick because we did get a pretty heavy red on here. We've been streaming longer today than we normally do, and that's cool. Sometimes we shut it down after half an hour if if there's just not a lot happening. Sometimes we shut it down after an hour if we get too much decision fatigue. And lately we've been streaming longer. But this whole week, utilizing this slight change in our strategy has made a big difference in how long we've been able to trade because we've been pulling in multiple thousands of dollars each day. I think this is our biggest day on stream ever. Up 35.6250. Again, guys, this is in a simulator. This is paper trading. I'm developing a strategy right now for an evaluation that I'm beginning on Monday. If y'all want to see me trade that evaluation utilizing this strategy on Monday, show up here. We go live every day, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. Pacific. That's 10:30 market time, 10:30 Eastern. And we trade usually for anywhere from a half hour to 2 hours, just depending on the market. So join us Monday through Friday at those times. And please ring the bell, hit subscribe, all that, ring the bell for notifications. Also, check out all the links in the description, too. If you guys are also looking to earn funding in the futures market, which is what we're looking to do, y'all can check out Elite Trader Funding. Elite Trader Funding is super dope. I know you guys have heard me say this a couple of times in the stream, but it is. You guys can use promo code JSBEST to get 50% off of any of the plans that you see here, minus the fast track evaluations. These are the ones that don't qualify. Everything else is, and you can actually earn 50K evaluation for just $72. This is probably, in my opinion, one of the best values that's out there on the marketplace right now. And you can trade 8 contracts you have 8 minis and 80 micros. So you definitely can utilize the exact same strategy that I'm using. Obviously, as I mentioned earlier, please develop your own strategy, but you can certainly take cues or knowledge or anything else like that. They also have the See More Details link here on next to every product if you want to learn more about the product. They're really good at answering their questions, and they have amazing customer service. Use promo code JSBEST to test them out. Also, make sure you check out all the links in the description. We've got an email mailing list that you guys can sign up for. I'm trying to make sure that my hands actually. You've got an email mailing list you guys can sign up for. We talk about stuff in email that we do not talk about on stream. We talk about everything from entrepreneurship to mindset, spirituality, health, wealth, trading, etc. And I have a background in digital businesses and stuff like that. So emailing will our email communication will step up here in the near future. Additionally, there's a PayPal donation button there if you guys want to donate directly to the channel. That of course helps us keep the lights on. And then there's also Webull if you guys are into trading stocks, crypto, or options. Webull is definitely one of the best out there. And when you sign up using that link, you'll actually get 6 free stocks. So you'll automatically be in the green on that. Let's jump back into the trades and see where we're at here. We got more viewership today than we've had pretty much this whole time. So I'm really grateful for that. Grateful for you guys showing up here. We're up 35, 62.50 on the day. Our peak of the day was 36.87. So we've come down a little bit off of that, but it's a slow grind up. And the ES is moving kind of slowly right now. It was moving much stronger about an hour ago. But once we hit this pocket here, we just essentially were trading through this range where we kept hitting, just bouncing off support and resistance over and over for about 45 minutes before finally getting this break above here at around 9 o'clock, pretty much around the top of the hour. And that's one thing I've noticed a lot with futures is like at the top of the hour, we get a surge of volume, and then we typically kind of lower that volume over the next like 10 minutes. So something that you can think about when you're thinking about your own strategies. And so it's definitely starting to move slower. Took a quick trade on there, up 36.25 on the day. We're just doing 5 contracts, 1 tick. So if I was trading this in an evaluation, each contract is about $4.36 in fees, so that's $21.80. But we're doing $62.50 is how much that's worth. So net profit of about $41 on each trade in the evaluation. That's an estimation. I'll have to actually wait and see until I utilize this strategy in the evaluation. But all right, up 30. This is our peak of the day. This is the highest that we've been all day. 36.87.50. Last time we hit this, we lost $500 and went down to about 3,000, right in that range. So this is our absolute peak of the day so far. We're right back at it. That is a good cup of coffee. Wow. Did y'all see this? Look at this. Got the cinnamon on top. All that. Got the cinnamon, the nutmeg, probably some pumpkin pie spice in there. Look at this. That's it. There we go. Look at that. It's like coffee shop quality. She has that effect on you. Yeah, Tiny, she still has that effect on me. We've been together for 16 years. Yeah. Yes, I got whipped cream in my beard. We've been together since we were kids. She was in high school, and I was like freshly out of high school. So we've been together for a long time. Our kid's almost 15 now. All right, let's see. Definitely, look how strong. Look at this resistance area right here. Definitely a new resistance zone. Now the next cue is: are we going to continue to have resistance here? Like if we actually pull back to the 5-minute, you can see this was our high yesterday. At yesterday's open, this was our high, and we've climbed back almost the whole way. You can see this is yesterday's high. This is today's high. So, was that yesterday? Just making sure. Yeah, that's yesterday. So we're on a 5-day, 5-minute. But look at that. We're nearing those highs of yesterday. So I think that this may act as a really, really strong support, but I also think that the market may actually intend to push itself up there. On a 5 minute chart, this is much cleaner looking breakout. Switching over to the 1 minute chart, zooming in, did get a little pop off that, and looks like we're getting some more bullish movement. It's like I was trying to get that pullback to that doji, and we got filled in a red. We still got out. Broke our peak up 37.50 on the day. Originally I asked, do you think we can hit 2K? We blew way past 2K. I wonder if we can hit 4K. Gonna go 2 candle or 2 tick. And try and get in right here. We got the entry we wanted, but we got that upper wick, and you can see we're pulling back. Yeah, I gotta cut that. Lost 250 on that. Down 3,500 now, or down, up 3,500. Lost 250 on that. So our peak of the day is 37.50. Broke our peak. What a long trading session today. We've been going for almost 2 hours. I never trade this long, but I'm having fun. The music's just chill. I'm just chilled out, man. Yeah, it's very tasty. See the candle, be the candle. I love that. I'm gonna actually use that, Tiny. I might use that as an email headline. The bean water. That's Washingtonians for you, man. We love our coffee. Even at home, make it like coffee shop quality. There we go. Up 36.25. Our peak of the day is 37.50. You need to pull back off that high. I don't know, man. Like it being up here this much. I mean, look at this extension. And yet, with that extension, like right there, like, that's huge. That's a lot of extension. But even with that extension, it still seems fairly strong just because it's been getting bought up. You know, like it's been consolidating through those areas. It's a quick short. May regret it because it's against the trend. Hands over the flatten. Currently at flat. Should have broken to the downside already for that short. Got it up 36.87 again. One more pause trade on a single tick, and we'll be at our peak. If we get a 2 tick, we'll break our peak. All right. So, all right, guys. we've been trading for a while now, and up 36.87. Peak of the day is 37.50. I really want to hit 4K, but we're not seeing much movement per candle. When the candles aren't moving, like we're not even moving $1 per candle. So when the candles don't have much movement like that, it's very difficult to actually take even like scalps, because you can see we're like essentially going one tick down, doji, one tick up, doji, one tick down, vice versa. So when there's not like obvious movement or obvious momentum like that, for my own self, I got to make sure that I'm staying out of that candle until at least there's a little bit of momentum in that candle. Because you can see we dropped down 2 ticks, hit doji, and now we're up 1 tick. And so like that's only a 3 tick move, like a 3 tick variance. So you have to be very precise, very accurate in order to be able to take advantage of that trade. And I think that extreme level of accuracy is very difficult to achieve. I want to see a candle moving in a particular direction that just seems obvious to me. Like this one is filling up with a little bit more green. It's up 2 tick green. And so having a little bit more obvious movement, I think is better for actually gaining on a trade. How much time we got this? We got one, so new candle here. For a quick short, for only 1 tick down, and it's getting bought up. It's the upside. Cut that. Up 36.25 on the day. Piano players out. Music stopped. I got to add more music. I'll probably add some music this weekend to make this playlist a bit longer and more varied. Yeah, I'm thinking the same, Tiny, that we may actually... Yeah, there's that rip right there. Good call, Tiny. Okay, with a rip like that, I'm going to go for 2. Rip. I'm calling this a rip. Big drawdown on that one. I think I'm going to call it there. We've been trading for a while. We've been trading for 2 hours. It's definitely longer than normal. Once again, guys, you guys can use promo code JSBEST using the link in the description if you want to also look to earn funding in the futures market. We're using Elite Trader Funding. Elite Trader Funding is, in my opinion, one of the best ones out there. They got certainly some of the best bang for your buck. 50K valuation with the promo code JSBEST, utilizing the link in the description. You can actually get this for $72.50 with a drawdown of 2,000 and a profit target of 3,000. And you take 8 minis, so you can utilize the same strategy that we're using right now in the simulator. And we're going to be looking to do a new evaluation starting on Monday. So y'all can check them out. Check out every link in the description. We've got an email mailing list that you can sign up for, where we talk about things that we don't share anywhere else. We've got a PayPal donation button if you want to support the channel directly. And we've got Webull in case you guys are into trading stocks, options, or cryptocurrency. All 3 of those things, no fees on Webull. And when you sign up, you'll actually get 6 free stocks. So having said all that, guys, have an amazing day. We had amazing viewership today. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Definitely much higher viewership than we normally have, and I want to thank each and every one of you guys for showing up. We've only been doing this stream for about 3 weeks. We're going to continue doing it. It's Monday through Friday, 7:30 Pacific time, which is 10:30 Eastern time, 10:30 market time. And we typically trade for anywhere from 30 minutes up to today, 2 hours, our longest stream that we've done so far. We have been doing this stream for only a couple of weeks. We haven't even got a chance to set up our background yet. So Yeah, thanks so much, guys, for showing up. Thank you, Avashot. Thank you, Spacula. Thank you, Tiny. Everybody who is participating in the chat today definitely makes it a lot more fun. I appreciate you guys. It makes for me it's more fun when you guys are here because to me it's just I have somebody to talk to. I'm not hanging out trading alone, which can get kind of boring. but yeah, guys, thanks so much for showing up. We love and appreciate you, and I will see you guys on Monday, bright and early, 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 Eastern time. Thanks again, guys. Love and appreciate you. We're ending the day up 34, 37.50. Our peak of the day was 37.50 on the day. So around $3,500 in profit on the simulator. We'll take it and we will take this strategy and we'll apply it to our evaluation. All right, guys. Much love and appreciation. We'll see you on Monday for a brand new evaluation. Peace.